Austin. My name is Pastor Daniel Robinson, and I'm so excited to get a chance to introduce myself to all of you down there. It looks like I'm going to be the next senior pastor down in Austin, Texas. What an exciting opportunity this is for us to gather together, join as one, and bring the love of Jesus Christ into the Austin area. Well, I've had a lot of opportunity to research Austin, the history of your church, everything that goes into making my decision to come to you, but you haven't found out much about me. So we thought it would be appropriate for me to take a few minutes and just introduce you to me. Well, I was born a pastor's son. Yes, I'm one of those. Raised in a parsonage, living in the pastor's household my whole life. When I was in high school, about 18 years old, I met my future wife. She was my girlfriend at the time, of course. We met in the high school band. We both played the trumpet, and during my senior year, we took a trip to Disney World in sunny Florida. During that trip, Anna and I began dating, and the rest is history. We are now married with 2 beautiful children. Our first child was named Emily. She's a beautiful little girl. And shortly after Emily was born, we noticed that there was something that wasn't quite right about Emily and her development. We took her into the hospital, and through various tests, we found out that Emily had a very rare brain abnormality, a condition called schizencephaly, which is extremely rare. So Emily has developmental disabilities to this day. She's 12 years old. She is unable to speak, but able to make sounds, and she just has her own series of troubles in this world. But we love Emily very much, and she is a blessing to everyone she meets, a very pretty young girl that people just instantly fall in love with, although she can be a bit intimidating at times. After Emily, we had our second child, a young boy named Seth.
Hi, Austin.
Seth and I are definitely the men of the house. We enjoy spending time together. His favorite things to do are to ride his bike and play video games. In fact, he probably plays a few too many video games. But I currently live just outside of Portland, Oregon. And here in Portland, Oregon, it rains quite a bit. So Seth is often trapped inside. We are so excited to get him down into Texas, where he'll be able to experience the outdoors a lot more often throughout the year. I also thought I'd give you a little background on my life history. After high school, I stayed here in town and waited for Anna to graduate. She was 2 years younger than I was. After she graduated from high school, we were married and began our family. I took a job at a small hot tub lighting supply company where we manufactured the lights that go inside pools and hot tubs. I worked there as the production manager and purchasing manager for about 4 years. After that, I was selected to join a $80 million company based out of Portland, Oregon, a manufacturer of internal components for all sorts of different industries like heavy-duty trucking and the aerospace industry. And in about 2008, when the economy took its dive, I was released from that company. It wasn't a full year later that I received a call from my dad that he would like to start a brand new church. And so I went with him on that first Sunday to a Godfather's Pizza Parlor. And on that first Sunday, we were joined by 30 people, and we sang and we learned from the Word for the first time as a part of Living Word Fellowship. Well, it's been almost 6 years since that first day in a Godfather's Pizza Parlor. Today, we have our very own building. We are one of the Wesleyan churches located in Vancouver, Washington, just a stone's throw from Portland, Oregon. Today, we average about 220 people a week, 2 services. We have a great time teaching all about Christ and his love for the world. I am very much a grace pastor. I believe that Jesus came into this world to seek and save that which was lost. I put a great deal of emphasis and focus on John 3:17. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that through him the world might be saved. And we bring Jesus' message of peace and love and grace to a world broken and in desperate need of him. I'm very excited to bring this idea into Austin. You see, Portland and Austin are very, very similar cities. In fact, Portland's city motto is, "Keep Portland weird." Sound familiar? Yeah, Portland is a liberal city, and Oregon is considered to be the most unchurched state in the country. Number 2, Washington. So I have a great deal of experience with a certain type of community and culture that exists in Portland and also exists down in Austin. I can be extremely relatable to the regular people that go about this world, go about this life, dealing with struggles. For I have been down many roads before with our daughter with special needs as far as reaching the top of business success, only to be laid off when the economy went down. I've been through many, many things in my 34 years, and I am so excited that the next few years of our lives will be spent in Austin, Texas, where we can truly change the world. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you when I travel down there in the coming months. Anna and I are currently planning at least 2 trips to visit you between now and when we move to Austin. I thought I'd just take a few minutes to give you a schedule of what to expect over the coming months. First of all, it looks like we are going to be moving down to Austin in the middle of July, somewhere around the 15th of July. School year here in Vancouver doesn't end until the end of June, so that gives us enough time to let Seth finish school, get our stuff packed, and head down to Austin. In between now and then, we'll take at least these 2 trips we mentioned. One will be in the middle to end of April, maybe the 19th. That is a Sunday in April. I'll be able to visit with you and share the word for the first time in Austin, Texas. Our second trip will come toward the end of May. Again, an opportunity just to meet with each and every one of you, to start getting our vision cast, to getting us all together so that when we get down there in July, we can move forward into the Austin area. I am very excited to be a part of what's about to happen in Austin. There are other things you should know about me as well, and I'll give you a few pictures of those right now. One thing you should know about me is that currently, besides being the associate pastor, youth pastor, young families pastor, and everything else here at Living Word Fellowship, I also lead worship. Now, I know that James is doing a great job of leading worship down there, and I do not plan to touch that situation at all because I know how successful it's been and how much God has blessed it. But you might be interested to know that I'm also a bit of a musician. I'm also a super good athlete. Watch. Well, I hope that gave you a picture of exactly what it is I'm going to bring to Austin, Texas. My style and my situation. I'm looking extremely forward to when we get to go down there and meet each and every one of you. Until then, stay strong in Christ. We love you, and we look forward to meeting you. See you later.